station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead here on DC News Now at 10. After a major redevelopment stalled in Arlington County, Virginia, the county says the property is now unsafe and unfit. How neighbors are feeling about it. Plus, more than 24 people are dead following a powerful tornado in Mississippi. A look at the cleanup and emergency response. And right now, former President Donald Trump is rallying support for his 2024 campaign following talks that he could face possible indictment. The latest on his stop in Waco, Texas. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10. I'm Annalisa Gale. Right now, we are seeing wind advisories in parts of our area. Let's get over to meteorologist Scott Sumner.
Hey, and in addition to that, we also have fog, locally dense fog here, Annalisa. I had to just pull away from our one view and show you what's happening out there. This is supposed to be the city view, right? This is our rooftop camera. These are the buildings that are right across the way from us. You cannot see beyond that. And so as a result, my goodness, we do have some locally dense fog issues out there at this point in time. Temperatures are in the 50s, overcast sky, 53 degrees. And what about visibilities? Yeah, look at these. 1 mile, I would say it's even lower than that. But look at the visibility also down east, zero visibility. And there are pockets of zero visibility or close to that in portions of northern Virginia. Now, we also have visibilities, Cumberland, Winchester at 10 miles. Not too bad there. And so we've got this fog around right now, and it'll continue through 11 p.m. at least. After the midnight hour, though, we have it clear. And why is that? Well, we have a front moving through. That front's going to help clear our skies here as we go throughout the next couple of hours. So, again, locally dense fog possible. Sunshine returns for Sunday. Yeah, indeed. That's good news. More showers, though, for Monday. We'll break it down with the 7-day forecast coming up.
All right. Thanks so much, Scott. Well, if you remember, the Key Bridge Marriott first opened in 1959, and it closed its doors 2 years ago as part of a major redevelopment. But Arlington County leaders say those plans never happened. Dave LaValle has a look at what happens next for the property on Langston Boulevard.
Locked gates, chain link fences around the property. The latest additions to the old Key Bridge Marriott came after Arlington County leaders condemned the building Friday. Bags sit outside the entrance, left behind by squatters and those experiencing homelessness. County leaders had them removed, also on Friday, after they declared the building is unsafe and unfit for people to stay, which was not what Amanda Avenoso wanted to hear.
It's unfortunate that the building wasn't able to be habitable for people, obviously to shelter there.
The old property closed in 2021, so its owners, KBLH, could get the property ready for a major renovation, including the construction of 2 new residential buildings. Those plans have yet to materialize after the county board approved the project in March 2020. Avenoso has concerns about options available for those who may have used the hotel while out of a home.
It seems to be an ongoing and growing crisis here in the area where there are a lot of places where homeless are taking shelter, and they're being forced out of those locations.
The county said it worked with its partners to ensure those who stayed inside the vacant building have a safe place to go and are provided the services they need. As for the future of this old building, that's still to be determined. In Roslyn, Dave LaValle, DC News Now.
Also new tonight, an 18-year-old is now in custody in connection to a deadly shooting this morning in Fairfax County. Police responded to the Fairfax Village apartments just before 8 a.m. That's where they found 20-year-old Javier Gomez in a second-floor apartment with a gunshot wound to his upper body. He died a short time later at the hospital. The teen, Darren Cruz Colindres, who was a known associate of Gomez, is now charged with second-degree murder.
It's still a very active investigation. Detectives are trying to determine the circumstances that led up to this shooting. But at the time, prior to the shooting, both the victim and the suspect were inside the residence. They are known to each other.
Cruz was found this afternoon in a home in McLean. Well, this evening, we are learning more about lawmakers' visit to the D.C. jail where those facing charges in the January 6th insurrection are being held. This includes Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's visit. Earlier this month, Greene and some GOP lawmakers sent a letter to D.C.'s Mayor Muriel Bowser asking for a chance to visit and review those facilities. After the visit of the jail facility, Greene said the January 6th defendants told stories of being denied medical treatment and being assaulted. Meanwhile, Democratic representatives Robert Garcia and Jasmine Crockett, who toured those facilities as well with Greene, said the defendants have access to medical care 24 hours a day. About 1,000 people have been charged by the Justice Department in connection to the January 6th insurrection. And right now, former President Donald Trump is back on the campaign trail, making his first stop in Waco, Texas. Trump spoke out against New York prosecutors who believed he would try to arrest him last week. He also spoke out against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who is competing against him for the Republican Party nomination. The rally comes a week after the former president claimed on social media that he may be arrested as prosecutors investigate claims that hush money payments were made to women who alleged that they had sexual encounters with Trump. Well, 2 people are dead and several others are missing after an explosion at a chocolate factory in Pennsylvania. The video you're looking at is from our sister station's weather camera showing the exact moment of that explosion. This happened at the RM Palmer plant in West Reading. The blast also injured at least 8 people. Still no word on the cause of that explosion. That's still under investigation. But the mayor of West Reading spoke yesterday about it, describing the level of destruction caused by that explosion.
It's pretty leveled. Unfortunately, there's not too much to be able to kind of salvage from it. The building in the front with the church and the apartments, the explosion was so big that it moved that building 4 feet forward.
Now, multiple people have also been displaced as a result of that explosion near those apartment buildings. And covering Metro now, leaders are still weighing how to make sure everyone pays their fare when they ride the trains. Our Joseph Olmo looks at the ideas they're now exploring.
Hey there, not paying to use the Metro is nothing new, but now the transit agency is getting better at detecting exactly when it happens. A new report dropped yesterday shows that 40,000 times a day, Monday through Friday, train stations are accessed without tapping one of these, the Smart Trip cards, to get in. Can you imagine that? 40,000 times just in one day. So last year, you might remember Metro, they finished installing these new fare gates at every one of their stations. They aren't just new and shiny, they're also very high tech, each one with multiple sensors to catch when somebody isn't paying to get through them. It's no secret that, as you can see here, jumping through Metro's fare gates is not really a hard thing to do, which is why last year they started testing these modifications that could make it harder to get through without paying. So what you're looking at is option number 1, these arches here. They're placed on top of the actual fare gates to prevent people from, putting their hands on top and then swinging their feet through. Not much of a help. Metro won't be going forward with these. However, option 2 is a little bit different. These are the saloon-style doors. They are laminated glass, and according to initial studies, they work really, really well. So, what are the next steps here? Metro plans to continue testing these modifications at Fort Totten. That's the only station that has these modifications right now. They also plan to put the modifications in 9 more stations. You can see those 9 stations are scattered across the network, some in Virginia, others in Maryland, and more in D.C. Officials want the entire Metro map, all 97 stations, to get these new fare gate doors over the next 15 months. So by next year, it should be finalized. The cost to do it all? $35 to $40 million. However, remember, Metro loses about $40 million every year because of people who don't tap their Smart Trip cards and don't pay to use the system. So ultimately, this could be a cost-saving measure. Reporting here in the studio, I'm Joseph Olmo, DC News Now. Back to you.
And a traffic alert now. The National Park Service says Ohio Drive through East Potomac Park around Haynes Point will be reverse flow, and all traffic will enter the loop road on the Potomac River side, exiting on the Washington Channel side by the golf course. Now online, I have been seeing some complaints saying that some of you have been waiting for hours in that traffic. Now, they did not say when this traffic pattern will end. They announced that the cherry blossoms reach peak bloom on Thursday, and since then, thousands of visitors have flocked to the tidal basin.
It was very crowded. It was hard to get a picture because there were so many people.
These are the cherry blossoms. They're the most beautiful trees in the world, so I had to come see them, and my daughter too.